Hey, how's it going again, Guardians? LVnative here with another Destiny video. Today's video, we are going to be taking a look at my favorite setup whenever I am choosing to run my Voidwalker in the Crucible. Let's get right into it now. It has been about 6 months since I did a video on this particular class, but with all the new updates that's happened since then, not to mention a couple of new pieces of gear that we didn't have access to before the Rise of Iron, I thought it was time for an updated video on it. So let's go ahead, jump right in, and take a look at what I like to run with. Starting things off with our grenades, we have three choices, ladies and gentlemen. We can either go with the Vortex Grenade, the Scatter Grenade, or the Axion Bolt. Now, I used to always run with my Scatter Grenade, but that was when I always ran Nothing Manacles. We are not running Nothing Manacles anymore. We'll get into that in a minute. So we are going to go with our Axion Bolt. The main reason I love this grenade is how versatile it can be and what you can use it for as far as pushing, defending points and stuff like that, getting to corners that you couldn't safely get to. This will do it for you. So, you know, it's a great thing in threes. It's not bad in sixes as well, but in threes, I think the Axion Bolt really shines in order to chase, put pressure on your opponents, and able to get them in areas that just would be unsafe for you to do so. So out of the three, this is going to be my preferred one to go with. You guys choose whichever you want. Like I said, Scatter Grenade is not a bad second, but Axion Bolt, in my opinion, is going to be the best grenade to run with this build. Next up for your glide, pick whichever one you like. You got Focus Control, Focused Burst, and Blink. I prefer to go with the Focused Burst as it gives me very much increased mobility when I'm choosing to bunny hop around the map, and this is the main reason why I do not need to have my agility that high. Again, you can pick whichever one you like. I particularly like using the Focused Burst. Next up we have our Nova Bombs. Now you have three choices here as well. You have got Vortex, Shatter, and Lance. Now this largely depends, in my opinion, on the playlist that you're in on which one you choose to go with. I like to run Shatter when I'm running in sixes, and I also choose to run Lance when I'm running threes, like in Trials of Osiris. The main reason is Shatter tends to cover a little bit wider area, so when you're playing Control or something like that where you might get a lot of people, you know, grouped up in a small area, Shatter is going to give you the best chance to get the most kills possible with it. Now, on the other side of that, Lance is fantastic in threes. A lot of people don't expect it. It's kind of underused, and the Nova Bomb is able to come at you with a lot more velocity, and it's much harder to get out of the way. You might see it coming, but you can't react in time to get out of the way. Also, it allows you to hit your Nova Bomb much further away, so if you can anticipate somebody's movement in Trials, you know they're going to be coming around a corner, even though if it's a larger distance away, you can smack that Lance down there and have a good chance at getting them. So while in sixes I do like to use Shatter, if I'm putting on my sweaty boots and I'm going into Trials, I usually will run with Lance. For your energy drain, we have got either Surge, Lifesteal, and Soul Rip. Now, I am definitely going to go with the Lifesteal. Whenever your energy drain affects, you are going to start getting a significant portion of your health back. This is invaluable in keeping you alive in certain situations. There has been countless times that solely because I had Lifesteal, I was able to survive an engagement. Because anytime with this build, if I get a grenade kill, melee hit, Nova Bomb, anything like that, it's going to immediately trigger the drain effect, also going to give me back life. And that has saved my life on many occasions. It is by far, in my opinion, the best one to run with in this slot. Okay, and again, in this slot and the one right over here, you can adjust this however you want. I particularly like to have max armor and recovery, so that is why I go with those two particular choices. However, you know, if you need a little bit more agility to make it more comfortable to move around, you can always change it up a little bit. The choice is completely up to you. For this column, we have choices between Annihilate, increase the size and explosions created by Nova Bombs and grenades, Angry Magic, where your Nova Bomb tracks enemies, and the Hunger. Now, in my previous build, I always ran with the Hunger. That was running with the Scatter Grenades and the Nothing Manacles, because this would give you an increased duration on that energy drain effect. It was outstanding. We do not need that anymore, and I'm going to show you why in just a second. So, eliminating this, we've got either Angry Magic or Annihilate. It's really no choice between those two. Go with the Annihilate. It's going to make your grenades and your Novas have bigger explosions, better chance of getting more kills with it. Alright, and for your final column, you have got either Vortex Mastery, Bloom, or Embrace the Void. With this particular build, it centers around this ability right here. Killing enemies with your Nova Bomb or any grenade triggers your energy drain and restores your health. Now some of you may be wondering, why am I running this? It's very, very similar to the lifesteal. Now if you look at this, it says damaging an enemy with the energy drain immediately restores a significant portion of your health. With your energy drain, normally you're just damaging with just your melee ability, and that's when it's charged. However, with Embrace the Void, it ends up making that energy drain be attributed to Nova Bombs and your grenades as well. So now if I get a kill with a Nova Bomb or a kill with a grenade, or I smack somebody with my melee, even if I don't kill them, it will now trigger that energy drain effect and help give you more life, your grenade back faster. This is all worked around that energy drain effect. This entire build is meant for you to enable to recharge your grenades much, much quicker, and also be able to keep yourself alive by getting a lot of, health steal every time you trigger that energy drain effect. For your armor choices, you have a couple of decent options. You can either run with something like the Ram if you really want to make yourself as tanky as possible, and it is a very, very much crowd favorite. However, this particular build, we are going to be focused strictly on the Ophidian aspects for this reason right here. So, improved energy drain. Basically, what that does is, without you having to select it, that improved energy drain is going to give you the hunger for free. Because of that, we do not have to equip the hunger, and that's why we're able to take Annihilate in this slot instead. They are fantastic gloves that work really well and synergize very well with this build. Now, besides improving your energy drain, we look here, it says weapons ready and reload very quickly. Basically what this does is gives you quick draw and snapshot for free with your gloves as well. This is almost like if I was using my hunter and getting that extra reload speed from them in the perks. It's very, very similar. So I've got some of my hunter type abilities thrown into this build just by wearing these Ophidian aspects. Also, on top of that, as if that wasn't enough, we also don't have to choose. We can have increased melee attack speed and increased grenade throw distance. That is really awesome. It's usually one or the other, so with this you get to have both. So you get both choices here. You get the improved energy drain effect, plus you get the quick draw. So these are just really, really nice gloves to have, and they are essential. If you don't have them, go ahead and farm some 3 coins, hope you get lucky, or maybe Xur will have them on sale. Either way, do whatever you can to get your hands on these gloves because they are outstanding and borderline OP. And one thing we have that used to not matter for your build is artifacts. Back before the Rise of Iron, it really didn't matter what artifact you had. Now you actually have a couple of decent choices. Now with this particular build, we are going to run with the Memory of Gallion. Now, the reason I like to run with this is a couple of others that I'll do sometimes as well, like the Memory of Scory is pretty nice, but I love this because it grants a detailed radar. Now what that is kind of like the Keen Scout ability, again from the Hunter, but without the tracking. So you'll see the much smaller slivers, on your radar, so you can more pinpoint exactly where your enemies are. That is a really awesome thing, and that radar persists when sighting down your primary weapons. So you get Third Eye for free on any primary weapon that you put on, along with the detailed radar. So we're combining in this build some of my favorite parts of playing a hunter. I've got that better radar with the Third Eye when I have this equipped. I also basically have my quick draw and snapshot when I have the Ophidian aspects, but I still have that life-stealing ability of the Warlock, which is fantastic. This, in my opinion, right now is one of the most overpowered builds that you can choose to run with. It doesn't matter whether you're running 3v3s, whether you're running, 6s. Right now, you put a shotgun in this guy's hands because he's so good at close range because of being able to get his life back in so many ways that this is a force to be reckoned with. Do yourselves a favor, get the build like this, and you guys will be wrecking in the Crucible. I almost guarantee it. One other thing I don't think I mentioned, I focus on an intellect and discipline build. Now, granted, I don't have the most optimized gear right now to where I have a tier 12 loadout, but what you really want to prioritize is your intellect and discipline. You want that grenade to come back even faster, as well as your intellect to rise your Nova Bombs up as quick as you can. Your melee isn't that huge on this. Yes, it's nice when it helps give that energy drain effect, but if you have to choose, you're going to choose to be running those Axion bolts much quicker than anything else. So for that reason, I prefer to stick with the intellect and discipline build whenever I'm running my Voidwalker. Alright guys, so that's going to pretty much do it for this video. I hope this helped you out and you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and smack that like button. It takes a second and it really helps me out a lot. Also, if this is your first time to this channel, go ahead and take a second and click that subscribe button for more great videos like this in the future. And in the comment section below, this is where I want you guys to build up a little bit of discussion here. Do you like this particular loadout for your Voidwalker, or is there something else that you prefer to run with? I'd love to hear all the variations in your guys' opinions in the comment section down below. But that's going to do it, guys. As always, this is LVnative, you guys are awesome, and I will see you in the next one.